morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a little bit of a look at some really cool stuff that's going on in Indonesia that you should be very jealous about, because this is legitimately awesome. Starting off with Master Ball, Charmander, and Bulbasaur. Now, for those of us outside of Asia, the whole Master Ball Holo thing should honestly make you very jealous, because we never got these. Like, we got Pokemon card 151, which was called Scarlet and Violet 151 over here, and it was a very cool set, and we got the set. We got the Charizard, and we got Erica, and we got the lovely Pikachu, and we got everything else. But the one thing we didn't get was the Pokeball Reverse Holos and the Master Ball Reverse Holos. Well, I've got wonderful news, because over in Indonesia, you can get a couple of these, and you don't even have to buy any packs. Because you see, they're giving them out as tournament prizes. Now, when you rock up to the tournament, you get yourself a Charmander and a Bulbasaur. And if you're looking at this thinking, Wassy, I thought you said Master Ball Holo. Yes, I did. We'll get there in a minute. These are not Master Ball Holos. These are just regular Pokeball Holos. But the thing is, these are still Pokeball Holos of two of the most popular Pokemon around. You know, Gen 1 first partner Pokemon. And at this stage, you might be thinking, well, all right then, but what about my old boy Squirtle? What about the best of the Gen 1 first partner Pokemon? To which I would respond, yeah. What about the best of the Gen 1 first partner Pokemon? That doesn't seem fair and right, does it? No. No, it doesn't. Wish I could give you a better answer. Unfortunately, that is just not where we are at the moment. So, you get these for entering, and that's honestly kind of cool. Although I suppose I do need to make it nice and clear. You get one of them. You don't get the Bulbasaur and the Charmander for participating. It would be kind of awesome if you did. No. You don't get one of each. That'd be amazing. I'd love it. No. And obviously, like, these are not even, okay? No way these are even. Obviously, the Charmander is the best among them. But if you go and win the tournament, well, then you get yourself one of the Master Balls. And again, it is one of the Master Ball promos. You do not get both of them for winning. Now, this is where it gets a little bit awkward. Because, again, these are not even cards. The Charmander is significantly better than the Bulbasaur. So, yeah. It's about 50% higher over in Japan, if you look at the prices of these cards. But still, Master Ball Holo, I mean, you only get one per box in, like, Japan, etc. Here, you get yourself one of the two, and one of the best two. Because let's face it, Bulbasaur's still a top-level Master Ball Holo. I mean, I haven't got Onyx or something in my box. Like, no, that's not the same. So, yeah, I did buy the Porygon, obviously. I'm not silly. So this is kind of cool. And the great news is that it's not actually just winning the tournament. There is also a lottery to get one of these as well. So you don't have to win the whole thing. But winning the whole thing is kind of in your control. The lottery is by its very nature not in your control. So that's very cool, and that is something worth getting very, very jealous about. Something else worth getting jealous about is their sets, because I love their sets. Their sets are kind of awesome. And maybe it's just me, I love their booster packs. I absolutely adore the Indonesian booster packs. I think they are wonderful and lovely and brilliant, and frankly better than ours. Now, I think I showed you this one before, because it's got somebody decided to put Incineroar kind of in the middle, reaching out of the pack, which I think is absolutely stunning, but it's still kind of cool that it's there. But there is an argument that the makeup of the Indonesian set is better than ours, and the argument goes like this. Their set is very literally like a double set, as in, like, they take Cyber Judge and Wild Force over in Japan, they mash those two sets together, whack them in a really rather lovely looking booster pack, boom, new set. That is how they did it. What we did was kind of do that, and we brought in a bunch of other stuff, which I am personally fine with, but some people don't like because it kind of dilutes the set. It brings in less competitive cards from other places, less good cards from other places, and therefore makes it harder to pull the cards you actually want. But either way, it's a very cool set, and it's something that looks rather nice. But then what they went and did, because obviously, you know, if they go and get this, that's fine, they're missing a bunch of stuff. They went and released the Koraidon and Miraidon decks separately, and I love this. I think this is a wonderful idea. Because we still want those cards, yeah? It's still pretty important that we get all of those extra cards, so being able to actually, you know, pick up your Koraidon and Miraidon if you want to, but skip them if you don't, I kind of love. Don't forget there is a new Ace spec in there as well. That is your Master Ball. And the idea that you can just go ahead and pick up the Master Ball in here is also pretty gosh darn nice. Although to be fair, they're not actually out till the 26th of April, so they've got to wait a little while. But I kind of love this. Because here's the thing, right? If you look at the cards that originated in this deck, and I'm going to show you the English scans because you can read them. Like, the Iron Hands is cool, but it's not exactly some big card. And the Iron Valiant is cool, but it's not some big card. And the Great Tusk is not the good Great Tusk from the set. And the Screamtail is fine. And then, of course, you've got the EXs, Miraidon and Koraidon that are cool. But is anyone actually thinking that they're going to be like these great cards that are going to shape up the metagame? Because I'm personally not thinking that. And I kind of love the idea of having these as separate decks, having a smaller regular set, but then being able to go and pick up these decks if you prefer. I just think that's a good way round. I like this. I think this is the right way round to do it. Are we going to get stuff like this in the future? Because I know that's one of the questions some people are going to be wondering. Nah, mate. It's almost no chance whatsoever. The idea that we would actually get this over here is all but zero. It's just not the way it's done. We don't get sets and then these separate decks. We get everything mashed into bigger sets. Now, I primarily collect Japanese cards, have done for a few years. So, for me, there's no great surprise that I would be tending towards a Japanese model. I'm not exactly unbiased here. This is what I like. These are the cards I tend to collect. But I really like the idea of just, you know, I bought the Japanese Koraidon and Miraidon decks, went and picked them up. That was lovely. So you know what? I like the idea of being able to go and do that, and then having smaller, more streamlined sets to go along with it, I personally think is the right way round. How do you feel about this? Let me know in the comment section. But there's one more thing I want to talk about, and it is the Regional League Indonesia Volume 3. Now, I know most of you aren't going to be competing in this Regional League. That's not the point. There's some pretty cool prizes going on here, but that's not even really the point. Zapdos and Latias are available. Latias is a participation prize. Everybody gets one. Zapdos is given to anyone who wins 3 or more games. Regardless of where you actually finish, you just got to win 3 games. And then we've got the traditional winners promos as well. We've seen these in a bunch of Asian territories. Pikachu for 3rd place, first partner Pokemon for 2nd, and your box legendaries, your Koraidon and Miraidon when you win the whole thing. Okay, that's cool. But the thing that, I do love the stamp on the Zapdos and the Latias, let's be clear. And Latias is my daughter's spirit Pokemon, so that does make me happy. This is a cool card. And it's a participation prize. Maybe I should try picking this up. Can't be that expensive. But what is interesting here is the artwork they've chosen to use. And the Pokemon they featured on there. Because we've seen recently with these images of these Asian tournaments, they tend to go for Pokemon that are expected to be good. Well, we already know that Charizard is good. Charizard was the best deck pre-rotation. Looking at the results in Japan, it is widely expected to be, well, either the best deck after rotation or at least very, very good and very close to the best deck. So yeah, Charizard totally makes perfect sense. And it is not even hiding it. It is Terra Darkness Charizard, let's be clear. It's not a regular Charizard. You've then got your Iron Crown. Well, this is where it starts getting interesting for me, because Iron Crown is looking good. It's looking like it's going to be part of a very good deck. Turbo Iron Hands is what people are really hyping up at the moment in terms of a future deck. I've been laddering with it a bunch. I'm enjoying playing it personally. Not everybody is convinced it's got a good enough matchup spread to really go deep in tournaments like EUIC. I mean, next weekend is EUIC, so we're going to find out. But I find this really interesting. And then, of course, we've got Raging Bolt, which I have contended since we've seen them that it is the best of the ancient Pokemon. But it's still not really like, if you look at Japan, it's doing all right, but it's not exactly lighting up the metagame like one might have hoped. Have they just gone for the best future and the best ancient Pokemon in terms of EXs? Maybe. Certainly an argument. I find it very interesting that they try, at least it really seems like, they tried to pick these Pokemon that are really good competitively. It's a way of them saying they are convinced that Iron Crown and Raging Bolt are going to be good, or I'm reading too much into that, but that's way less fun. So I'd like to see if this ends up being true. So there we go. Don't do many videos where it's just like, hey, here's a news roundup for Indonesia. But you know what? Between the Master Ball promo prize cards, which I've not seen before, all the cool stuff about their set, and the fact that they've got this lovely artwork suggesting what's going to be good, I thought today was a good day to go and have a chat. So we have. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me which of this news you're excited about. Tell me what you're jealous of. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Andrew Kincaid, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person, helped us out with a bunch of stuff. So shout-out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far, the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.